Ganesh.
Hi.
Welcome to Kanyin podcast.
Thank you. I'm Kamal Kenny. I've been lecturing. Recently, what prompted me to write my book was basically I had a near-death experience 2 years ago, to be actual, that was very revealing for me at a very spiritual level. So I thought, what is a better way to let people read about it and get to know the insights of a near-death experience? I started off working in the healthcare industry, and then I was working in the healthcare industry in several hospitals before moving on to lecturing. But at the same time, I do a lot of outreach social causes that I've got myself busy besides working. Okay, impactful moment to me, I would say that not so much in my career per se, but as a young youth, I was very keen to do a lot of outreach activities. It was a coincidence that someone actually invited me to step in to be a speaker, to speak on reproductive health. And I thought I was just being a replacement person for the session. But then I garnered a lot of attention. I got a lot of people that were actually very interested amongst the young people because the talk was actually in school. So I thought that that was something that I was very keen and doing and pursuing. So that's where I eventually, my changing moments in life actually happened when I graduated and started being involved in NGOs and doing outreach programs. Turning point has my near-death experience. I was actually holidaying with my two boys, and then that night I was vomiting. I drove out from my house. I went to a nearby general practitioner. I thought I had severe back pain, so I thought there was maybe some problems related to my kidney. I thought it was stone, so I actually went to rule that out. So I told the doctor to give me an injection to ensure that I don't have the pain. But then the subsequent day, I was starting to vomit. So when I started to vomit, my wife decided to take me to the nearby private hospital. Then I was admitted. I was there for 24 hours. A group of doctors came and told me that, my organs are failing. So when I had a cardiac arrest, my organs were shutting down. So they induced coma. So I sleep into coma for close to 14 days here. Being a healthcare professional myself, I would think that when a person is on a ventilator, they will not feel anything. But being a patient on ventilator, I basically could feel everything that was happening around me. My soul was traveling in different dimensions. My mind was traveling back and forth in different phases of life. So that was kind of scary, but was very enriching for me at the soul level. I've read many books on near-death experience. Many of them have related in their books experiences very similar to the one I have experienced, where people will regress back in time. So during the time I was in a coma state, I was regressing back from the time, my current time, to back when I was in my 30s, then back to my 20s, then when I was a teen, right up to the age of 10. So it was good. It was very good because I could actually feel very real being at the moment, being with loved ones, experience eating the food that I had at that point of time, feeling the air, feeling the atmosphere. So it was very real for me. Yeah. Let me start physically. It was definitely heart-wrenching for me because I was much bigger. I have lost almost 30 kg after falling ill. My sight was impaired. Doctors said that there was no oxygen supply to the brain. So that's the reason my eyesight was impaired. I speak with a slur now. So I found that very disturbing physically. Yeah? I wanted to do a lot of things, but now I had to be dependent on people to expect things to be done. So that was actually, from a physical point, it was very disturbing. Spiritually, definitely very, very enlightening, because I had up close personal experience with the one up above. Spiritually is basically from what we read and what we have heard, from what we have, the seminars, workshops, or what we have read through books. But then what I've experienced at a soul level was very, very enriching spiritually, because I could understand the small, minute details in life that will shape a person, So I thought that was very, very eye-opening, because many times people take things for granted. We want to see ourselves to be this person, but then certain episodes like this episode in my life had changed my life so much that I've started to view that there was a reason for it to happen, so I need to accept it to move forward. I should not be whining or living in the past, but I should look at processes, steps I need to take in order for me to be a better person in life. Emotionally, I had to start from square one. In fact, to share with you, the first thing I did when I actually regained consciousness was to do multiplication 2. And I could not go beyond 2 times 3. I was trying very, very hard. There were a lot of things. I have gone through a lot of phases. In terms of speech, over the past 2 years, I've improved. But initially, I could not speak. I couldn't stand in front of the audience to render a speech. A lot of things I was very much handicapped. So emotionally, I was definitely very affected. Yeah. I had almost zero mobility. I was on crutches. I had aid to support me. I could not walk. I had friends helping me at home. My wife supported me. My children had to support me. I had problems going to the washroom, to shower, to get out of the bed. Even to this day, I still have a problem to eat. I'm a right-hander, but I tend to eat with my left hand because my entire right system was very much affected after the incident. So there was a lot of changes that happened. But I had chosen to see that I need to do something. I need not dwell on it, but should make some milestones in life that I need to set, that I need to achieve over the years. There were people that I came and saw me in my comatose state. I actually took the trouble to reach out to them to find out, to put the dotted lines. But then if you ask me a blanket question, how's my relationship with family and friends? Definitely, I owe so much to them. I think they are instrumental for me to be here sitting with you talking, because I couldn't have done that without all their help. And many friends, many family, many close friends, they actually reached out. But at the same time, it was eye-opening too, because I found that the entire episode of near-death experience had actually changed my perspective of life. I thought that they were actually good friends, but they have gone away. And the people that I have not kept in contact actually reached out to me. So imagine, out of the blue, you have someone who you've not spoken to for years would reach out and say that, I've heard you have fallen ill. I want to make it a point to come and visit you. I think we should catch up. And there are people that you meet periodically in life that do not even want to reach out or ask you, how have you been keeping up? Yeah. I hope people all walks of life will actually read this book, not for the sake that I have written the book, but actually to understand the in-depth dimensions of near-death experience. Because people always think that near-death experience is something that we hear and not want to dwell on it. But even as a healthcare professional, I have not looked at it from that point of view. And now I've experienced that. I thought that for me, was very important to share that there is actually a journey at the soul level. The mind is so powerful a tool, though the body may not be physically operating. But your mind is so powerful that your mind can travel, transcend in different time zones, in different dimensions. So I thought that was crucial, imperative for me to inform readers that people should understand they should not take their mind for granted, and they should understand that when we are not at our best, or when we are down, when we are happy, we need to take care of our mind, because that is very powerful. It stores a lot of things, and that can be revisited at different times. I would like to thank Kanyin for publishing my book. I basically wrote this book not so much to write a book, but I wanted to challenge myself, because at the point of time when I was in the rehab hospital, doctors were very concerned that I will not be able to speak or not able to write anymore. So I thought I will put this into a proper course. So I had recollected my thoughts. Initial stages of me writing the book, I typed with 2 fingers. It was a very difficult process. But then for me personally, it was very, very important that I wanted to convey the messages. So that's how I came up with this book. I did share via WhatsApp and all that. So I've been telling them, I hope people will actually purchase my book to read and understand the whole process of a near-death experience. I grew up when I was young. My mother and father called me Ganesh at home.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Ganesh. Thank you.